of the United States of America, which is free speech, which means that what YouTube is doing is all illegal. What Instagram or one of these places they're suppressing free speech is actually illegal according to the
you know what? That's why the Constitution is being overwritten and pushed to the side. Because the truth of the matter is, there's two things that's in these Idumeans' way. All right. Number one being the Constitution. The Constitution is in their way, which is the reason probably why we're not full blown, martial law lockdown right now. All right, the Constitution is in their way, and secondly, the Bible itself. And second and most importantly, the Bible. All right, and so those are two things that they desire to just eliminate and get away with.
Right.
Well, because and do away with.
Well, like the scripture says, let our strength.
Damn.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 11.
Top ropes.
Let our strength be the law of justice for that which is feasible.
So fuck what's right. I got the guns and the missiles.
Yeah.
Hey, my strength, so I'm right.
Right.
I don't care about all your proof and your evidence and your real history.
Right.
You know, fuck all that evidence and the videotape with me committing the crime, nigga. I got the guns and the missiles. What? And that's
what you gonna do?
And that's these people.
Elder, it's even fuck what I said was law. I made up the law. And I'm saying, you know what? They found out a way to get around and do this and that. You know what? Fuck what I said.
Evidence
and I don't give a fuck what I said. Don't come around here, motherfucker.
God.
What's crazy is because everything.
I don't give a fuck what I said.
What's crazy is that you say that because Kamala Harris will show you that they trying to get away from that. They asked them, "What do you think is the worst thing that's standing in America?" And she said, "Democracy." So she basically saying, the way America's set up to where people got free speech, that's a fucking problem. She said people basically, when you come against their whole system of democracy, what they say democracy, you have freedom of speech. Right. So she said basically like motherfuckers doing what they want to do and having free speech, that shit is off.
Right.
So.
That was a beautiful. That went into that video you posted in the order room, Elder. About the whole free speech. A dude was going in about the United Nations censoring.
Whole websites, whole private websites.
Put it up. Play it.
Instead of just Facebook or YouTube taking down your videos, they ready to ban whole websites.
Servers.
Exactly.
Yeah, matter of fact, just go ahead and play it. Fuck it. We at war.
DNS servers.
He's eventually going to allow him to be successful with that because it's all fulfillment of prophecy. It's scripted to tell you it's going to be a famine of word. That's the reason why the Lord is going to allow you to be successful in that, to fulfill prophecy. That's it, man.
Can I get a precept?
Absolutely, brother.
This is Psalms 94 and 20. It says, "Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law?" So this man he's underneath all his laws. He's hiding behind all the regulations, It goes back to that word draconian too, which goes back to Draco, which goes back to ancient Greece. Where he brings in strenuous law. Whatever by law he frameth all his mischief, man.
Yeah, it's a harsh penalty. Every little thing is a harsh penalty. That's where they go back to the draconian, yo.
And that's what he's doing through this, this stuff he's doing out here. These, this enterprise he's trying to bring forth, like it tells you in the book of Job. This is that enterprise he's trying to bring forth onto the earth. That it says Yahweh Bashem Yahshai is going to disappoint anyway.
All right, and
like he does all the time.
Right, and we want you to go ahead with your plans because, as soon as you start, forcing people to do a certain thing that Revelation 13 chapter and 16 verse talks about. Which is all happening, and and the third woe is literally happening. It just haven't gone full blown yet. As soon as those two things happen, and you start, as soon as you start it, the Lord is going to intervene.
Yeah,
so so go ahead and do your thing, man. Yeah. Start your flu world order, man.
Like you said, the sooner you do them things, the sooner the Lord can deliver us out of your fucking hands. Man.
Right. Because welcome to the flu world order. That's what they setting up, man.
Hey, you know what's funny? You had played that video
about 1918. A lot of things happened. World War I was going on, Great Depression, and like you said, that's
the Red Summer.
Yeah.
Because then they destroyed all the prosperous, so-called black neighborhoods across the country that were actually outdoing their white counterparts here in America. These former slaves have built up communities that were greater than the white communities that were in America, and out of anger, jealousy, and just hatred, they destroyed them all. Mainly in 1919. So that's what they did. So all the time you worried about the Spanish flu and all this other shit, there was other shit being planned. All right, they went throughout the country and destroyed hundreds of neighborhoods and areas. Prosperous so-called blacks had built up their towns, and the reason they were able to outdo
level, which is to say, we're not talking about a post on Facebook.
The reason, keep that on deck. The reason they were able to outdo the so-called Caucasians here in America in their own shit was because the Jake knew how to do everything, because they had all the inventions and all labor that built America, made America great, was done by so-called black men.
And all you got to do
For the most part, they did everything in slavery. They even built your White House. So when you set them free, even though you gave them nothing, they knew how to do plumbing, and they knew how to build. They knew how to garden. They knew how to build farms. They knew all this stuff, so they did it, and they made the areas segregated and different away from you. They actually became more prosperous than you, and out of anger and jealousy and just pure racial hatred, you went in and destroyed it, and then got rid of them, and then took all their property and their lands and all their things, and then you set on them, and now they're yours. All right.
Did you see the movie Samuel L. Jackson and the other black guy did? They were bankers. They was doing
Anthony Mack.
Yep. So they was doing the black people having their homes and all that.
I'm gonna have to check it out. I haven't seen it.
So they used the white man as the front man to make it seem legit, but it was really theirs. But they knew just because my skin color, you crackers ain't gonna.
That was like the Startup.
Yep.
That was a show on Netflix called The Startup, which was really good. And it had two Jakes. It had a Haitian dude and a Manesarite chick, and then the face of their thing was a Amalekite. And if you haven't seen that show, The Startup, I highly suggest that you start watching it today. That shit is fire, man.
Netflix?
And you niggas
It's on Netflix. It's called Startup.
saw and trust in this devil. Every industry you look at, this devil has showed he hates us, man. From banking to the hospitals. It's coming out now. To this day, they still teach the old racist shit to the doctors and nurses. They teach that so-called Negroes require different medical services. And we end up dying because of that shit.
Yeah.
Well, just like when the lady said, look, I'm gonna go get this, stabby wabby, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it at the white man's spot, saying I'm white. And when she went there and to go get it, and they said, okay, wait a minute, this says you're right. I can't give you this. You know what I'm saying? You know the one.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm
She told her, why can't you give it to me? And the woman told her, because you're not white. And she said, I knew you were giving something different to my people than what you. And she said, I'm not taking it. So
They try
there
to
it is.
expose these motherfuckers. It's doctors and nurses,
Yeah.
like black ones. They like really going in. Like they teach us to treat black patients different than the others.
Yeah, because that's that goes back to
That
that.
blacks can handle this more, deal with this,
Yeah,
or deal
yep,
with that. So we end up dying in a fucking hospital.
Just like Melinda Gates said, that we really need to make sure that these are available for all the black
Hey,
people.
you know what? It's just like that sister, that loudmouth, pretty ass Judite woman who made that statement. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh yeah.
And she made that statement. Go ahead, what you going with while I search for this?
Okay, you want me to play this or?
Yeah, play that Bible shot. If he got the scripture, bring it out, then play that clip.
I was gonna bring up this Revelation 12 because y'all was talking about as soon as they try to start their enterprise, that war gonna come to them. How was shouting the angels. This Revelation 12:7, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against his angels, and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven, because they're gonna get cast out and they're gonna be in slavery under us, man. They're gonna have to bow down.
Yeah, because the angels, Yahweh Shai, they're gonna annihilate you, devil. You're gonna try to fight Yahweh Shai and the angels, man, and they're gonna straight annihilate you. That's why I said prevail not, even with they place found in heaven anymore. Because once the Lord take you down this time, you're never gonna rise again.
That's right.
And that's not talking about Satan going to the spiritual realm and fighting the Lord and heaven. I was talking about here on earth. Read, heaven means rulership.
Yeah,
When you read Isaiah 34, it says, "My sword shall be bathed in heaven; it shall come down upon Idumea."
That's right.
So if the sword is bathed in blood in heaven, upon Idumea, what's heaven? Edom ruling, man.
That's what that dragon is talking about.
Yep.
Esau Edom, man, and it's his dog fighter jets.
That's
That's
right.
what it's talking about. His angels.
Show you their independence day.
He called his Air Force, when they do their shows, he called them the Blue Devils. I mean, Blue Angels. Blue Angels.
Yep.
And then in Malachi, they call him the dragon of the wilderness. This verse 9 in Revelation 12. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the world, the whole world.
That's how you was talking about Esau, man.
He's the adversary. This man's been against us since Genesis. Since the serpent, man. This is the whole serpent.
That was his mission. He deceived Eve. All right, he's deceiving the nations now. Say he will be released after 1,000 years to deceive the nations. After he came out of the cottage mountain, the first thing he did was take the papacy, man. He became pope. He got the Pope
To
seat.
change to change the doctrine of, to put out 50 billion different religions, because we like going back to the lesson we did here, months ago, whatever, about how many denominations come out of so-called Christianity, which is literally thousands. That's not even exactly.
Including Islam. You
Yes.
come from Catholicism.
Yes, yes. All that comes out of so-called Christianity. You have sex, within sub-branches. All that was to muddy the truth. To say this is the prevailing. Oh, the Bible's real. Okay, 99,000 people on the planet believe the Bible's real. You have a lot of people who so-called Christians claim to believe the Bible. People who don't believe that they're Christians, but they believe in the Bible. I believe the Bible. I don't believe in the church. You got a whole bunch of people who believe in a whole bunch of bullshit. That's Esau doing that to muddy the waters. Because now you got somebody who's really sincere, like, well, I believe in God, but I'm looking at this, and they say this, but then I'm looking at that, and that say that. You know what? I'd rather distance myself from all of this stuff. I don't know all that. I just believe in God. Until then you put the Bible to the side and you don't understand what the Bible really says. When the Bible is in code and Esau Edom can't understand the code, nobody understands the code except the hopeful righteous elect. And then we teach it, man. Then now Esau Edom and these fake ass pastors are watching us break the scriptures down, and they're actually teaching their flock loosely off of us.
Yeah. TD Jakes has been doing it.
Come on, bro, they stealing. They start saying, and the trick off is use our terminology, which lets you know you full of shit.
They're ear hustling. They're ear hustling. They're ear hustling us, and then they're going back to their congregations and teaching it as if they came up with it. That's what they're doing. All the pastors are doing.
Hey, everybody, even the dude who came up when the whole white thing, I think a brother posted it. Yeah, the stupid. He got that from the Elder Malcolm, man. And nobody else came up with that information but the elder, man. No, you don't see nobody on the internet talking about that, man. You know what I'm saying? No fucking body's talking about that. But here this fucking nigga gonna make it seem like he came up with this. No, dude, you
And
ain't
then minimize the real points and facts.
Then he tried to switch it up, because what he tried to do was he tried to connect Esau Edom. He came up when they started calling themselves white, and he changed the years, and then he also, which was still within the 16th century, but then he was trying to make them Japhet.
Right.
So he was trying to take it away from them,
And that's to
they're
minimize
not Esau, but they're Japhet. That's what he tried to do.
Trying to minimize the damage. No, you Esau, Edom, you are the Edomites.
That's
You
so
are
stupid.
Idumeans.
Who else
You are
is
the Edom. The script is it's all through the
If
script.
not,
Matter of fact, in Psalms 137, what it says, the daughter of Babylon, which, saying, That right there,
Edom, yeah, it
he
put
says,
together,
I do me, Edom, the daughter of Babylon. You're done. The true scholars know. See, the Mosai don't mind the Esau, even the wicked doing what they're doing, because guess what? It's a repercussion coming down the line from that. He's going to get you from that shit. And if you fall for Esau bullshit, you're one of Esau's minions any damn way. He said the righteous, if our gospel be hid, is hid to them that are lost.
He said they receive not the love of the truth. They should be damned who love wickedness.
That's right.
Second Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter.
And which is
perfect. That goes right what Matthias is going into about Satan are deceiving the world, because that 2nd Thessalonians goes into them deceiving the world, man.
That's it.
All right, they should be believe a lie.
That's it. They should believe a what?
Believe a lie.
So the prevailing fact, whatever's in the world today, is a fucking lie.
Psalm 58. The wicked is estranged from the womb. As soon as he's born, he goes speaking lies, man.
That's it.
Who was that wicked? Malachi, the 1st chapter again. Esau Edom is that wicked one.
Yahushua said it in John 8:44. Ye of your father the devil. He's a liar from the beginning.
And he speaketh the lie. He's the father of it.
The father of lies. All you gotta do is just go look at. Matter of fact, it was a clip they've been playing a lot on Instagram lately. Bill Clinton saying, "Yes, we have engineered a lot of things, and we have did this and manipulated and put experiments on your people and so stuff." Esau, you just go look at your track record, man. Your track record is worse than a hype's arm, man.
That's right.
Damn.
It's the spirit.
That was sick,
Because he's being revealed at the end of the day. Even, you know, how he go for and say, man, he covered the faces of the true judges, Yahweh Shem Shai. That's been a lie. And yesterday what I seen, Satan took me to a wall. He purposely did it. On the left-hand side, he showed all Yahweh Shai, all the angels, all the Israelites, dark skin. He put it on the left. But on the right, it was Esau and them being the Most High, white, all that, well, so-called white, all
Satan
this.
made himself as an angel of light.
Showed me it. It pissed me off so bad. I said, I rebuke you in the name of Satan. I said, hold on, this is Satan, so I had to watch it. What I was saying in the dream was the Jude, the 1st chapter, I said, hey, don't, I said, he just doing his job, and I left it at that, but he showed me that shit. That's just like, he came up so smooth, I said, damn, that's Satan. I'm like, And he purposely put it on the left. But hey, you wicked, the wicked, because spiritual demon Satan, his counterpart is Esau Edom. You're revealed. You're the fucking devil. Ain't no way you can hide it. So like,
and good riddance, because if you're an Israelite falling for that shit, fuck you. You're one of the ones exactly, and you're one of the ones who killed us in the past. You're one of the ones who sold out Yahweh Shai to men of the Lord. You were one of the ones back in the day siding with Corey, Abraham, and David. You all along the times when the Israelites were saying, well, you had Jeremiah say, hey, we got to get ourselves out of this jam and get it from Babylon. No, Jeremiah, we're going to put you in the well. You are your father, the fucking devil. May you get everything that Esau Edom has stored for us, you're going to get it too. Because the Lord said everything that Esau is doing on us, all that's going to go back on Esau, and everybody else has put it out there, man.
That's why it says, it tells you that they're filling up the measures of their fathers.
That's it.
So they're filling up that measure to the end, and Lord willing, we're that remnant that's filling up the measures of what? Being the children of the prophets and the ancient wise men, the ancient scribes, so that we get the kingdom, and they get the kingdom by way of death, of course, but eventually they're gonna face destruction and judgment. The Lord told when he was on the cross, or the woman was crying for him. He said, "Don't weep for me." He said, "Cry for your children. You are those children living in this time that's about to go through all this hell. It's about to go through all these strenuous laws, because you're filling up the measures of your fathers that killed the prophets, man.
Same ones that said, you had Yahushua crucified, let the blood be on our hands. Lord, you finna pay for all that, man. Yep, let be on children.
Okay, let's play that video.
Can he finish this out real quick?
Absolutely, brother.
Everybody.
I'm gonna finish it out. This is Revelations 12:9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. he was cast into the earth, and his angels were cast with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our most high power God and the power of his Mashiach, for a seller of brethren is cast down. Accuser of his brethren is cast down, which accuse them before our most high power God day and night.
Who else is there? Who else? Hey, look, the Pope, he prays to a picture of Yahushua that's dark skin, man.
And the Black Madonna.
And
They call it the Black Madonna.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
those were prevalent all throughout Europe, throughout Poland. I met a lot of Polish women who told me that when they were little kids, all they saw was images of a black Jesus and a black Madonna, and they only saw white when they came here to America.
Even in Sweden, every year they have a whole holiday where they put on blackface. Because they know they claiming that, I guess they descended from us. They knew we was the rulers over there, man.
They're very well aware of it. So yeah, so if you would, brother,
Mr. Johnson, do you think everybody should come out and say?
yeah, I don't know how many of you brothers saw this, but she asked, where's the, and I had to do a response to it, but she asked, she asked, where's the pressure campaign on Caucasians? And are you only trying to save only black people, basically?
Which one you want to play first?
It don't matter. Play either one. We're gonna play them both. But this was a short one. This is only about 3 minutes long. Matter of fact, get past. All right. Let's put it this way. No, she's the one you want to hear. She cuts up. Trust me. She's the one you want to hear. Because I even made the video. Said normally I don't want to hear the nigga woman, but what she said, you want to hear that shit. Basically, just get past Magic Johnson. With his coon ass, she goes in on his bullshit. Basically,
Eat it with a rubber.
ain't really her place, but she snapped on it. What she said was on fucking point.
But you know, the Lord periodically does that, like it did in past cases, to shame us real men. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Because that shit's out of order. Right?
So yeah, because basically what Magic is doing is telling everybody to go out and get sauce, and she's like, "What the fuck?" And then she go in on his ass.
All right. We're gonna go ahead and just let it do what it do.
Johnson, do you think every player should come out and say, I will get the vaccine, I'm vaccinated, and so should you?
Oh, for sure. You know, that's why I got my 2 shots and made sure I put it out on social media. I wanted, especially my community, to know that, first of all, it's safe. And the players, again, people listen to them. They follow them. That's very important. Plus, the last thing is this. You have said to your teammates, I'm going to be there for you. Well, you can't be there if you don't get vaccinated. You're letting them down. And then that hurts our chances of winning the
Hold your
championship.
peace,
I would
bro.
never
She
do
gonna
that
let
to
his
my
ass
team.
have it.
You know, it's almost too easy. It's almost too easy. So you wanted to make sure that, you know, if you were playing today, that you would be there for your team. You couldn't even put on a condom for your team last time. We didn't even punch the shot. You couldn't even put on a condom for your teammates and for your number one teammate, which was your wife. But now you want to sit there and tell people how they're supposed to be loyal to their fucking team? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Now I just want to ask a quick question, real quick, can't be for you long. I want to ask a quick question. Black people, are you tired yet? Is it just me? Or does it seem like they are really trying to single you out? I'm just wondering. Because where is Aaron Rodgers?
Right.
And Brady and TJ White and Nicola, what his name is, and Duncan Robinson. No, where are the rest of these people? Where is did all the white people take the shot? That's my question. Let's start there. Did all the white people, let's leave Magic alone for a second while he was playing, they let your ass play in the NBA, you rubbing AIDS and shit all over people, skin contact, okay? But I want to know, has all the white people in every sport, and every team playing sport, have they all taken? Let's start there. Because if they have not all taken, then I would like to know why you're not applying pressure on these people. Where's the pressure? people, are you? You couldn't possibly be trying to save black people. You want everybody to be safe. You want everybody to be safe. Why don't you apply some pressure on somebody else? I'm trying to, you know. Anyway, thanks so much, Magic. Thanks so much for getting the double shot, but not wearing a condom for your wife. You funky. You see, well, you. Oh,
God damn.
Running 4 and 5 miles at 3 o'clock in the morning for the job. This is sad.
Hey, that question was a legitimate question, though, man. You know, she irritated the shit out of me, but nevertheless, that was a legitimate ass question. Where is the pressure campaign on these Idumeans, man? Where's Tom Brady coming on TV every day? Right. Aaron Rodgers coming on TV every day.
You saw what happened on NBA when Steven Jackson and all of them started saying, talking all. I mean, he said all kind of hateful
about Kyrie.
Yeah, Kyrie.
everybody called him stupid.
You're this and that, and you have the nerve to this and that. But as soon as Aaron had a fuck up or any other, like she said,
nobody had shit to say.
You know what? They went to what the Bama, they're working on what the Bama. Okay, moving on, and it was nothing.
Yeah.
It was not no 5-hour special. It was no 30-minute special. It was not a reoccurring special. It was like they cool. But niggas, y'all need to do what y'all need to do for y'all community. Look at that.
Yeah, so what she said, I mean, that question was a legitimate motherfucking question, man.
You want to play this one?
I didn't know Magic Johnson was still relevant.
I mean,
well, but that's what, but you know, Idumeans go pull up old niggas.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Retired legends with faggot ass, I mean,
but we said
sons that, you know, that,
right.
That
7 feet,
you know, that smoke sausage, you know?
Sausage. You a 7 foot.
So that you know, with sons that smoke sausage, man, you know?
Smokes.
All right, we gonna play this next clip.
The United Nations is now exercising censorship of the internet at the domain name level, which is to say, we're not talking about a post on Facebook or a tweet on Twitter. We're talking about entire privately hosted websites going offline summarily, disappearing from the internet because their DNS records, their domain name, no longer resolves. This represents a new extent, how far they're willing to go to keep the internet a completely controlled ideological echo chamber.
Which is all illegal according to even the Supreme Court. Do you know that the Supreme Court does not always does not publish a list of all of its judgments and so forth, so that everyone understands the breakdown of the Constitution? Because if they did so, then we would all be holding a lot of these companies accountable for breaking the Constitution. According to the Constitution, they'll say you have a right for this, that, there, so forth, whatever. You got the Supreme Court will say, oh, you don't need a license to drive because that actually breaks your right to pursue freedom.
But it's created an economy. The insurance companies and everything else is all involved with it.
So they won't promote it.
They're not going to do it. Just like what I'm going through.
You already know.
They're not going to give you. They're not going to. The Supreme Court is all full of shit. They're all about money, man. They don't give a fuck about like Yaki said earlier. Fuck my laws. Fuck what I wrote.
That's right.
This is what it is.
Because it's really pertaining only to the Edomites, and if you who are not an Edomite try to use it,
just like when you go back to when the how these Idumeans were all along filing for bankruptcy and keeping their homes, their cars, their property, their businesses. And then as soon as Jake started doing it, they changed the laws.
That's it.
All right, so there's certain things, there are loopholes and escape and back doors that were left there for Idumea because for every legal action that there is, there's supposed to be a remedy for it.
That's it.
All right. So, I don't even want to bring up my shit, but they don't want, there's supposed to be a remedy, and then when I actually provided the remedy, Esau just refuses to see it now.
They put it on a to-do list.
Yeah,
a perpetual to-do list that won't even get done.
Right. Meanwhile, my financial well-being is all on hold because I'm on their to-do list.
That's even like when it comes to the credit system, because even with Esau always used trade lines to where he would buy into credit But when Jake started hipping on to it, Jake started buying into trade lines because it's completely legal to buy a trade line and put it on your credit. But now they calling it fraud now. They're saying that you're a fraud.
It wasn't fraud when
Esau was
doing
doing it, right? But now it's a form of what they say, how you use it is fraud. Nigga, Esau been using this shit like this. And Jake, they've been doing this for fucking
to get them 700-point credit lines. Right. You know, pristine credit, which could get you, you know, a condo in Westtown or in Bucktown with no problem at all. You know, yeah.
At first, like I said, it was just social media posts disappearing. But when people complained about that, the response was typically, "We'll go start a platform." Of course, that proved not to work either, because when Gab started up, it turned out that Microsoft pulled their cloud hosting from underneath them.
Damn.
So they had to go get their own machines. The same thing happened to Parler. When Amazon pulled out Amazon Web Services out from underneath them, they literally took away the infrastructure that these two companies were using to try and start their own platforms. So then the game became stand up your own infrastructure, right? Your own machines, get a data center, and build your services there. But now even that won't help, because the very backbone of the internet, using the domain names to resolve down to IPs, is being controlled by these registrars who are complying with these takedown notices from the United Nations CTAD, the Counterterrorism Executive Director.
Wow.
So I want to talk about this tonight because it is extremely dangerous and it represents the reality that these people will not stop until they control every aspect of speech, online and offline.
It is.
Let's talk about this a bit. I'm Christian, and this is the Ice Age.
That's actually enough, man. So what's this doing? That's guaranteeing you that, you know, Elder Karaf said it earlier, man. The family of the word is coming. They want to silence the prophets, and they want to silence anybody that's speaking any truth that goes against them, their flu world order,
or exposing their
exposing that flu world order.
Exactly.
Right?
Real quick.
Somebody's putting out information because that counters they bullshit. They get angry, man. They pussies hurt.
That's it.
My pussy.
And when that information comes out, I was like, there's like another video of the dude. He was saying when the real information comes out, it gets censored, and then they're saying that then they're gonna start doing where, like, you know how you word search something and then you start getting advertisements for that product to buy it. They're gonna start pushing their narratives on whoever. Oh, you searched for the truth. Now we're gonna push our narratives, and that way they try to re-educate you back to it.
Thing. It's like if you look up, someone just did a video on that. I was just watching this. They like if you start searching for injuries or negative effects of a certain thing that's going on now, what all of a sudden started popping up is that, oh well, it's safe, or this is the exactly the opposite of what you're looking for.
I just watched a Disney movie. I think it's a Disney movie. One of them. It's called Ron's Gone Wrong.
Oh, that was my shit.
What was it called?
Ron's Gone Wrong. Yeah, that shit was funny as hell. Ron Gone Wrong. Ron's Gone Wrong. It's about a little robot who basically didn't have a fucking programming that Esau put in him, but pretty much
to check it out.
Yeah, but pretty much
Ron, like in
Ron,
Ronald.
Yeah,
R-O-N.
Ron. Yeah.
Okay, Ron Gone Wrong. Okay.
So in the movie, basically he was like, he didn't like kids. So what he was doing, he was pushing the advertisement onto the kids so they can buy whatever.
Robux and Roblox.
Yeah, Robux and Roblox. So basically push the advertisement on the kids, and ultimately the parents see it, basically to get their parents to the information so they can buy this shit for the kids. Basically, like you was just saying, how the control advertisement to this and that. So basically Esau telling you, like, this is what they want to do. They like,
it was
fuck
like
this.
the iPhone. It was the latest robot to get. All the kids had it, and
they was all happy and shit.
They was happy. They really thought it was making them better, and at the end of the day, they realized there was some lonely ass motherfuckers.
They was lonely,
Esau was playing their ass getting rich. And the real code.
Oh yeah, I think I seen the commercial. For that.
The real code, because the black dude's the inventor.
Yeah, the black dude. The
real code is he really wanted to.
Well, don't tell me no more. I'm gonna check it out. But it just goes to show you, man, how these Idumeans really don't have original thoughts, and that they use TV's commercials, cartoons, and movies to push their messages. All right, and the latest one that all the brothers been talking about. Your call sent me a text about 4 or 5 days ago to check out this movie called Look Up.
Yep.
And
Don't Look Up.
And so Don't Look Up. And I watched it, and immediately I was like, damn, this is them trying to clown the truth. They're basically the character of Leonardo DiCaprio, what's her name, Jennifer Lawrence, and whoever that Jake was who played the head of the cyber security or space security, whatever he was. They are a representation of the prophet sounding the alarm is what's going on, and so they came with so much truth that what they did was they just made fun of the truth, or they took what was good and made it bad, and then took what was bad and made it wicked, and they made them to sound like they were just a bunch of conspiracy nuts and out of their minds until the destruction actually came. And I was like, this is mirroring what's really going on.
Exactly.
Because those characters and all the people that supported them were a representation of the body of Yahushua. That's all it was, man.
Yeah, if you watch the movie, basically they show you Esau trying to get away.
And then he tried to get away.
He tried to get away, yeah.
Right.
He tried to avoid that judgment.
And so he fucked everything up.
Right.
He's the one that stopped. They had contingencies plans to save everything, but in his greed and his wickedness, he fucked that all up. And then they had contingency plans for them to get away. And that didn't work out too well for them. Perfect. And y'all can never did send me that second scene of so and so.
Oh, you right. Yeah, I'm saying.
Send that to me, Bob. Shot.
I had a quick precept.
Go ahead, brother.
Just laying back and off that movie. Yeah, for the Akim or in the Aqua that hasn't seen that movie on Netflix, Don't Look Up, man. All right, I was planning on doing a review on that anyway, but hey, the spirit was on the elder. It was on point. All right, and they vilified the people that was telling the truth. You know, it was like watching a real world accurate version of Idiocracy. For real, it was like. You know, because these people in the world, they are so dumbed down, desensitive. Stupid. What's the word? Desensitized. Yeah, to anything truth or logic, they're going to make fun of it, man.
Yeah. Because they're in a strong delusion. The Lord said that if you don't follow the Most High, He will give you into a strong delusion to where you will believe a lie. Esau, Edom, everything he says is based in lies. He's clean, contrary against Yahweh.
So, hey. I haven't watched it yet, but Don't Look Up. Hey, how shout about to crack those clouds? That's
you
what
gonna have a
He said look up.
Exactly.
Well, and everything that we're speaking on is the truth. So Esau has to put up something against the truth, which his whole system is against the truth.
Right.
Can I hit this real quick?
And for the record, the elder said, we can wrap it up about 10 minutes.
This Isaiah 47:2, and it says, take the millstone and grind meal, uncover the locks, make bare the legs, uncover the thighs, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and will not meet thee as a man. All right, so everything that's going on, you can try to have the truth all you want. All right, because it's gonna come to a point, like the scriptures say, like the Lord said, it's gonna come a famine of the word. All right, but that's just proving Yahweh Shema Shah even more. Because once the famine of the word come, the scriptures say, my people shall be willing in the day of thy power. Mm-hmm. So the scriptures say you can't do nothing against the truth but for it, man. That's so right. You thinking you coming against the Lord, man. But everything is just man, you helping it. Motherfucker, you living in your deal. Like I can't remember who I was talking to. It's like Esau go to these angels, these left-hand angels, and the angels basically telling them what the Lord want them to do.
Because they work for the Most High.
Right, they work for the Most High.
Who can resist His will?
Right.
They can't resist His will.
No spirit that disobeys. You know what I'm saying? So they sitting there. So Esau, hey, look, it's over for you, man.
That's right.
You know, it's a wrap. It don't matter. It don't matter what propaganda you put out here. It don't matter what sorcery you use. At the end of the day, it's all working to the betterment of Yahweh Shema Shai, man.
And all things work together for the good for them that love Yahweh Shema Shai. You see, the Most High is so perfect He set everything up, and you cannot get outside of his will. His will be done. So shall be the words that go forth out of his mouth. It shall not return unto him void, but shall accomplish whereunto he sent it and prospered it. Loosely paraphrasing Isaiah 55 and 11.
Hey, Sly, I think I forget the elder Ariella. I think in Dallas he did a video about how the scientists found out it's like an algorithm in the universe, and how when something happens to where it automatically corrects itself. And scientists figured out that shit. If you do something that's against something, or you thinking you doing something, you got angels that's gonna push it right back to do what the fuck is you supposed to be doing, man.
Evidence of that. It's the evidence of that. I'll give you an example. We're gonna get ready to wrap it up. But that area over there, that's over east, the little area just outside of Beirut where they built that road that extended Lakeshore Drive around the hood. They wanted to, that used to be the steel mill area back in the day. So they were always talking about how the ground was contaminated, and they, and that was, steel mills haven't been there since the early 70s, late 60s, and so that was, the police used to take Jake back there and beat him up and shit like that. All right, but what has happened? It was just all woods back there. All right, and it actually corrected itself because they were saying you couldn't build anything back there, and they were actually the Edomites were trying to basically make themselves a paradise little pocket neighborhood on the south side, on the lakefront, where they were going to have beachfront property, lakefront properties with boat docks.
Probably gated off.
It was going to be gated. It was going to be gated off community and everything because they were talking about using that land. Matter of fact, there was talk going back over 10 years ago. They wanted to actually build a Disneyland.
What the?
All right, they were going to put there was a lot of stuff they wanted to do with that land. So finally, they decided right before the crash came, the 2000, because they were going to do it, but then the 2008 crash came and fucked it all up. And what's that meaning saying is that if somebody get this scripture that when they're about to fill their belly,
I got Job. I got it. This is Job 20. I'm starting 22.
You can't script this.
In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits.
Now, the funny thing is, I'm working on that side of town now, and I go up Lakeshore Drive like almost every day now. Do you know when you go up Lakeshore Drive on that side, everything that they intended, you have areas where there's actually a light, and I ran it earlier today, where you can turn left, but it's a road that was started to be made, but then they got the boulders where you can't go that way.
Those
and then
were
the
gonna
road
be
the other way that was made to go that way.
Those were going to be the entrances to the private neighborhoods.
And there's still a light there.
They were going to build a gated community.
Yes.
For a paradise for Edomites. It was going to be one of the best communities in
and
Chicago.
They put concrete.
But wait a minute. But there's still lights to turn left and right when there's nowhere to turn left and right. So you get to this spot that no one can come this way or that way, and you just sit there. And with the yellow light to turn right, this way and that, and it's like I can't go that way if I wanted to. I can't go this way if I wanted to. Why am I stopped right here?
I should just be able to go straight.
But they had built all those entrance ways.
They were preparing that neighborhood. They were going to put them. They were going to put a. They do what?
They got rock climbing back there.
Oh, I'm not.
And they fish over
there. They use that wall.
They
rock climbing on that wall now.
Yes, they rock climbing on it. They turn.
I hope they fall to death.
When you go back there, they like got it like it's fucking pretty clean back there. When you actually go in there, me and Big Eye go in there.
And they fucking it up because when they first opened it up, I used to always see deer. Now I don't see the deer anymore.
Oh hell no, because
it's too much. But it's too many people coming over. All right, but finish that scripture, brother. We gonna wrap it.
In Job 20, I'm starting 22 again. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked should come upon him, which is every hand of the laborers. All of them about to attack this.
Yeah, all the nations of the world, all the heathens, man.
That's right. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High Power God should cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
Yeah. So the same way that your little plan to build your little perfect community with all your docks and your boat docks, and they were gonna put their own express bus line. It was gonna be a bus that didn't need to stop nowhere in the hood. It was gonna be a bus that went straight from that neighborhood straight downtown. It wasn't even gonna stop.
It's just stay on 41.
It was just
all
gonna
the way
stay
down.
41 all right. So it was gonna ride. It was gonna ride right along. Right. That's exactly.
Beautiful
and,
ride,
And
too.
the Lord,
It
and look, it's council coach on you, Edomites. So with that, man, we're gonna give all praise, glory, and honor
To Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, B'Kadash.
Wa Abba Ba.
Abba, Abba.